That's 5 minutes and 3 seconds on a restricted area. There's a border traffic line, the Apple Orchard, which is Franklin County and Adams County. Adams County, and then also goes and merges into Grant County, which is 17 I-82. This area is restricted, but not restricted. It's Franklin and Adams County at the same time. It's in Pasco, and it's in Othello, Washington City Hall, like Sunny Farms, Sunset Acres. This is Franklin County, and Franklin County is Adams County at the same time. So when you call 911 from here, it shows Adams County Sheriff's Office, 500 East Main Street, Othello, Washington. Sean Logan's house, Mayor of Othello, and also says Sunset Acres, City Farms, and this is 911 or dispatch direct is Franklin County and Adams County at one time. State Patrol Unit is familiar with this area because it's a no-fly zone, restrict zone. You don't have a CDL A or B or Farmer's Bill on person. Your activation, your service for G5 is constant. As you can see, it was a no-fly zone for 1 minute, 20 seconds, 5 minutes, 32 seconds, and a minute and 16 seconds. Now it's G5. It's a solid state. Anywhere in the nuclear activity or non-post facilities or unrestricted areas where the services where your vehicle will be shut down, magnitude of a small or large nuclear weapon, and the service is it's a G5. Now it's activated. This is a minute and 52 seconds into the activation. So that's a minute 55, 6 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and 6 minutes. That's 10 minutes in activation cost, which is $20 for activation. Contract is 2 years. Other services they ordain or conserve in that $2 billion contract, and also the USS Enterprise, US Abraham Lincoln, US Washington, USS Los Angeles, Wyoming, and also Minnesota, Montana, Wyoming, USS Brooklyn, USS Comfort, which is activations and services of G5. Seems to be a constant thing that the services that increment that they're threatened on discontinued services when their services are unlimited. Gig, Apple, your Apple services, and your Apple services with Microsoft. That Windows 10. You pay for that service, Windows 10. You don't have to pay for that service ever again. You pay once, and that is when you pay one price, and that's permanent. There's no taking away your services. Activation is in 6 minutes, 34 seconds. Generation 10, Generation 11 is Microsoft. The 6, the 7, the 8, 9, 10, the Edge, which is J, and also the Core, J, Samsung Razr, Razr Edge, and Edge. These services are activated. The S10, the S11, I'm sorry, the Generation 10, the Generation 11, the Apple, the iMacs XR, and also the primitive feature, the flip phone. The flip phone and also services are activated. Simple family plan, family comfort plan, your 5 services, your 5 devices on top of the other administrative devices, which is unlimited. 1 million, 2 million, 5 billion devices, unlimited services. This window is paid one time, and that service fee is $20 activation. A simple recognition and finger swipe on your Google account password is activated. U.S. Mississippi, and the liquor class is phenomenally in charge. It's called Pony Mac, George Washington House, number 42. Number 56 is the neighbor, with all assets and accessories and account for devices used or swiping or faxing or giving you copies of your appeal and your docket and your services. Discretionary amounts, as you can see, the Washington Bar Association and the federal Washington State guidelines and guideline services are activated. That binding contract is forever, and there's no taking away the services or an increment to services in any shape, way, or form. As you can see, the document. And there's no document, it's digital. Mid-Columbia Library Services, Mid-Columbia Library has those digital services for eBay, Thomson Reuters, and also Jet Lane, which gives you Westlaw, and also Thomson Reuters. Affirmative action, your full hold of your Minnesota, Tennessee, Indiana, Arkansas, Montana, Oregon, Washington, Minnesota, Tennessee, Michigan, Wolverine State, Benton County, Minnesota, Benton County, Tennessee, Benton County, Indiana, Benton County, Indiana, Benton County, Indianapolis, and Benton County, Arkansas, and Benton County, Montana, Benton County, Oregon, Benton County, Washington, Benton County, Minnesota. Look your war class. Okay. They're just trying to disable systems when they can't, because it's not their system and it's their window, which gives you all paid in full.
Even before that, that's just a normal part of life in southern Florida to have that back and forth with the New York City area. So that's kind of how this has been seeded in that part of the state. And if you look, certainly Broward and Dade and Palm Beach, you look at those numbers. So we are basically trying to do whatever we can to be able to slow down those numbers. I do think that Miami in particular, there was just such a dearth of testing there. I mean, I don't think anyone even tested positive in Miami until there were some more rural counties, I think, that even had someone test positive. And so, that was kind of a function of the criteria. CDC said you had to be from China or visit China. When in fact, the matter is, as we got into February, this thing was circulating. I think it was circulating during the Super Bowl. So as you've been able to get more testing in Miami, you've been able to identify cases. Their rate of positive is a lot higher than statewide. Broward has pretty consistently been about 10% of all the symptomatic people test positive. Dade is much higher than that. I think they're between 15 and 20% of the people who have symptoms test positive. And so that's an indication, that you have a wider spread. So we're looking at that. We do, though, notice that the demographic spread in places like Miami are skew a little younger than what we had seen. And I think actually all our information is starting to skew a little younger, because I think a lot of the seniors have heeded the message about being safer at home. When we first started this, we had very limited data, but I mean, it really skewed 65 and plus much more significantly than it does now. The Dade and Broward, or Dade in particular, you're starting to see more of that 25 to 55. And it doesn't mean there can't be any complications there, but if you look at the fatalities, they're overwhelmingly 65 plus. So that's something else that we're looking at. But basically, all 4 Southeast Florida counties are united. We're supporting them. We've put a lot of supplies down there. We're going to continue to do that. And we're happy that we have the Palm Beach testing site there today. And we have been able to do a lot of the monitoring of people coming in from the New York City area. We've done thousands and thousands of those. Look, our hope is that they will, be safer at home, just like everybody else in Southeast Florida, and not potentially spread the virus. So it's very, very important that you do that. So we're going to keep working with the folks down in Southeast Florida. I know there's this issue with these cruise ships, and I've been in touch with the White House about it, the Coast Guard about it. The way to deal with this is to send medical attention to the ships. To be bringing people into the state of Florida, I think most of these are foreign nationals. That's using up some of our resources here that we need to have available for Floridians. And so, I've asked the White House to work on getting medical supplies there. And I think the cruise ship should be, responsible for helping facilitate that. But just to drop people off at the place where, we're having the highest number of cases right now,